Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the only leader I know in Kenya Kwanza who has been able to demonstrate the meaning of unity and inclusion in this country is then Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja. Sakaja is a man who has tried to bring unity even where people have fought to make sure that there is division. And today Sakaja was addressing the media. And he was responding to the question about the mass action being planned by Azimio la Umoja. And of course, it will be happening in Nairobi. And there are two things Sakaja is acknowledging here. Number one, that Raila Amolo Odinga does not want a handshake. That's true. Raila is not looking for a handshake anywhere. But again, according to him, he believed that there can be a unity, or there are serious issues, not unity, there are serious issues that Raila Amolo Odinga is talking about, which seemingly there are things you can sit down and work on or seek his advice on those matters. Number two, Sakaja is confirming that there are leaders in Kenya Kwanza who are really fighting and doing everything possible to make sure that William Samoei Ruto is not dealing with the issues that Raila Amolo Odinga is raising. And of course, because of lack of the wisdom in these leaders, they think that Raila is looking for a handshake. Now, some of us might be confused and think that Sakaja is addressing William Ruto. No, Sakaja is not addressing William Ruto. And some would think that maybe Sakaja is addressing Raila Odinga. No. There is an individual in William Ruto's government that Sakaja is addressing. He may be one person or two or more. And that is what we want to try and analyze here. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Now, without going into too much story, I just want to read one of the statements issued by William Ruto's deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, to confirm to you directly the man Sakaja is addressing directly. They were in church somewhere in Tharaka Nithi, and this is what Gachagua said. Even if he, Raila Odinga, goes to street rioting, hoping the president will invite him for a handshake deal, that will not happen. I will be roaming in State House compound so that when this mzee tries to sneak in through the back door, he find me there. Rigathi Gachagua. It was quoted by Citizen TV. I mean, look at that statement. Then tell me, is there any person Sakaja is talking about? This is a statement coming from William Ruto's principal advisor. Tell me really, the deal in Gachagua is bigger than anything else. The issue of unity is not in his vocabulary. Because I've been checking on Musalia Mudavadi's latest speech, of course we analyzed here, Mudavadi was calling for dialogue. I was listening to Wetangula. Wetangula was calling for a dialogue. These two leaders believe that in as much Raila is pushing for many issues, there are issues they can sit down to talk about. So dialogue is the way to go. And of course, to bring unity, you will always need a dialogue. But there is nowhere Rigathi Gachagua has called for dialogue. Instead, for him, when he sees Raila Odinga, he sees an enemy. When he hears Raila Amolo Odinga speaking, he sees an enemy speaking. When he hears Raila Odinga giving orders, he sees an enemy giving orders. Sakaja is not seeing an enemy in Raila. Neither Musalia or Wetangula are seeing an enemy. They are seeing a leader who is talking about issues which are making sense. And they understand. To run this country, you will need even those who oppose you. Raila has called several things. He has been calling about several things. Number one, high cost of living. There was UNGA subsidy. He is asking Ruto to bring back the unga subsidy. Mafuta inonoliki, sukari inonoliki, majani inonoliki, mchele inonoliki, everything is expensive. High tariff in electricity, high cost of production, there are many. He talked about school fees. Anaambia Ruto rudisha mambo ya school fees subsidy. He has talked about William Ruto to stop constituting the new IEBC commissioners. That's what Raila Odinga is saying, that Ruto want to have a seven who? Alikuwa naitwa nani? Wafula Chebukati. That Ruto want to have another 7 Wafula Chebukati to work for him in 2027. That is a big issue. They can sit down to talk about. Raila leta watu wako watatu, mimi nileta wangu watatu. Alafu watu wengine waleta mmoja kama ni kanisa manini. Then from there we can have an IBC that will be looking for the election, whereby now no one will cry about it. They're not listening about this. So Ruto single-handedly want to source the 7 new IBC commissioners. Raila is saying open the server. So if they won election, let them dialogue and agree to open these servers, so that those who are supporting Raila Odinga will respect Ruto that really he won. Or those who voted for William Ruto will understand that this man lost the election. So aende nyumbani. Na Raila amesema ya kwamba there is corruption here. And already he has leaked out what Moses Kure is trying to do with the issue of importation of food in this country. Duty free. They want to bring their goods here without being charged. Then sell that goods are very expensive to maximize profit. These are serious matters that you need to look into. But Gachagua is too much worried. A man who don't need unity. A man who don't want even William Ruto to do anything as far as what Raila Odinga has talked about. For him, we want to fight even when there is no fight. And I can tell you, the only person who will help William Ruto to bring down this country is Gachagua. And surprising, this is the truth and I have to say it. In the William Ruto team, the only people who are calling about peace are all coming from Western region. There is no one, forget about Malala. Malala ni mtu wazimu tu, anakaa wazimu siku hizi. Na walisema Malala kwao ni Kisumu. Sasa watu wa Kisumu mtatuambia, Omondi, mchukue Omondi wenu. The rest of leaders from Western region are calling for peace. From Davadi, Wetangula, Sakaja. But those allied to William, to Rigathi Gachagua and Gachagua himself, they are divisive. They don't want unity. I think Sakaja and the team understands what can happen when Raila is calling for mass action. And they see a reason in what Raila is talking about. But those other individuals, they want to curtail this country. And they want divisive politics in this country. No way about unity. In fact, even the people in Mount Kenya region are suffering the same way someone in Western or Nyanza is suffering. Sababu bei ya unga haijawahi badilika. Gachagua is focusing on appointment and those positions. He don't think about the poor people. So even the people whom he is defending in Mount Kenya are those who are going to serve in this government. That clique of people, but not the common mwananchi. So even in Mount Kenya people, those who are supporting Sakaja, not Sakaja, Gachagua, should understand this. Gachagua believes that Raila Odinga is looking for a handshake in this government. And in his thinking, because he lacked wisdom, he believed that the same way William Ruto was sidelined in Uhuru's government, as long as William Ruto will bring Raila in this government, then Gachagua is going to be the biggest victim. You see, he is obsessed with power and positions in his mind. That is how leaders who are possessed with power would think, will react, and will talk. And you can see how he talk. He is so poisonous. All that comes from his mouth is venom. His tongue can bring this country down. And from the word go, William Ruto ametesa hii nchi sana, kwa kuchagua mtu Gachagua kuwa deputy wake. At least hata kama ni kuiba kura, it was good to have a deputy president who can be a face of Kenya. But this is a man who wants to fight everyone. And I'm telling you, this mass action will happen as long as Gachagua will continue to speak like this. Yani hata awezi, yeye kwake ni Karen huko ndiye amepewa makao na kae annex kwa office. But imagine he want to stay in his state house, akuwa hapo kwa compound, amesahau kazi alipewa na Wakenya. Look on how Kenya has had to have a disastrous deputy president, retrogressive leader, a man who is so much backward, a man who cannot reason, a man who cannot think, a man who is so much poisonous to this country. And that is the person Sakaja was addressing. Not Ruto, not Raila.